Hello again. Today we have a somewhat interesting story. Please enjoy listening to it. Title: Am I the A for supporting my BIL after he used my brother's divorce against him? For some context and background, I, 28F, have a sister, 24F, who has been dating her boyfriend, 36M, for 2 years. My brother, 38M, recently went through a sudden and unexpected divorce from his ex-wife, 38F, whom he had been married to since he was 18. His ex-wife took their 2 kids and moved back to her hometown. After the divorce, my brother had to pay her a significant amount of money, but he's kept the details private, which my sister and I find quite odd. My sister's boyfriend is a somewhat well-known figure, often appearing in the media for political reasons. He's involved in an activist-driven organization. My parents and brother are very conservative and religious, so they didn't like him when they found out who he was. For simplicity, I'll refer to him as BL. Our parents decided to host a family dinner and invited all of us. BIL is respectful and usually avoids political discussions to prevent arguments. After dinner, my brother and father were at the table discussing women's rights while my sister, BL, my mom, and I were in the kitchen cleaning up. Somehow, my brother dragged BIL into the debate, and it quickly escalated into a heated argument. BL tried to stay calm while my brother kept saying that women belong barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, serving their husbands and family. BL disagreed, and the situation escalated until my brother, in frustration, blurted out, "Come on, like you don't ever think about hitting sister's name, occasionally." BL replied with, "Fucking Christ. No wonder you can't keep a wife or your kids around." This remark ended the family dinner abruptly. My parents were furious. BIL and my sister went home, as did my husband and I. My parents demanded that my sister break up with BIL and that he apologize to my brother. However, I've made it very clear that I support BL. My husband wants to cut contact with my brother. My sister is distraught, and BIL doesn't seem to care and has probably already moved on from the incident. My parents have been yelling at me about loyalty, calling me an awful sister and a disappointment of a daughter. I don't know what to do. Update: I decided to reach out to my ex-SAL last night. Without going into too much detail, here's a vague summary: there was a lot of sexual and physical abuse throughout their relationship. She explained that the reason she was able to get custody of the kids was that my brother signed away his parental rights in exchange for her not outing him for the things he had done to her. She admitted she went to my parents a few years ago, and they just told her that God would lead her through this. My brother has since taken to posting on Facebook, calling my sister a gold-digging whore and saying my BIL is a freak of nature sent by Satan himself to ruin his life. He also threatened to send pictures of BIL with our family to news outlets to expose his personal life. BIL replied by saying, "I already get death threats, so you're just going to open the door to your family getting those same threats if you do that." My brother responded with another Facebook post about how God is testing his patience. BIL then sent my brother a lengthy text, telling him to never come near my sister again and expressing his disgust at my brother for encouraging him to hit her. My husband also texted my brother, stating that he doesn't want him near me or our daughter unless he's present because he now worries for our safety. My brother ran to my parents, who flew off the handle. They bombarded us with texts and calls, accusing us of being terrible sisters and even worse daughters. We've all been uninvited from the Easter party. That's how my morning has been going. I'm exhausted. I'm sure there's more to unfold and transpire, but that's what's happening for now. Second update. Before diving into all the drama, I hope you all had a wonderful Easter because we certainly did. It was an amazing, drama-free time with my husband, sister and BIL, ex-SIL, my daughter, and my ex-SIL's kids. We had a blast and enjoyed every moment together. Now, let me break down some of the things that have happened recently. First, my parents called for a welfare check on my sister, claiming that BIL was beating her. The police showed up, found nothing wrong, and left without taking any action. It was a baseless accusation meant to stir up trouble. Next, my brother started accusing BIL of being a pedophile. His so-called proof? My daughter prefers being around BIL instead of him. He even made a long-winded Facebook post about it, accusing BIL of being a creep for coloring with my daughter and letting her sit on his lap. The reality is, whenever my brother tries to hug or hold my daughter, she squirms and squeals until he lets her go, and she immediately goes to sit with BIL or her dad. His post only made him look bad. Then, my brother left a very disturbing voicemail for BIL. I don't want to go into too much detail for fear of this post being deleted, but he basically threatened BIL's life and my sister's life as well. This was serious enough that the police have gotten involved. It's been a bit stressful dealing with all of this. There's a bunch of other things that have happened, but those are the main highlights. Despite all this chaos, we're trying to stay positive and move forward.